I don't know how I'm gonna start it yet. Hey everybody, we're watching spooky movies. This is spooky season. I'm James. I don't know how you want to introduce yourself.
I'm Kate.
That's Kate. Not Kate Moss. Not Katie Holmes. I'm trying to think of other famous Kates or Caitlins. Caitlin Olsen from Always Sunny. None of those people. Although, arguably, the most famous Kate from Alabama.
Probably, definitely that. Probably that.
Alright, we're watching Halloween. The original. Fucking Daniel Craig is such a good actor. Everybody lost their shit when he was announced as immediately off topic. That's how these go normally. He is so good at being James Bond, and everybody lost their shit when he was announced because every James Bond before was like 6'2", you know, like the standard like 6
How
foot
many
whatever.
have there been?
So there's Sean Connery, George Lazenby, Sean Connery again, Roger Moore,
In that order.
Timothy Dalton, Pierce Brosnan, Daniel Craig.
Okay.
Those are the main ones. There was like this weird movie in the 60s with like Woody Allen. It was a comedy. That was a James Bond movie.
Okay.
And then there's this great James Bond. I've told this on the podcast before. There's this great James Bond story where fucking Sean Connery left because he was pissed off that he wasn't making money, which is fair. He was like the star of the biggest franchise of all time at that point. He should probably be making more than like $200,000 a movie.
Right.
Well, maybe not, but that's a whole nother discussion. In the current lens of Hollywood, he should be making more. And he wasn't, so he left. So they replaced him with George Lazenby, who was an Australian model, not an actor. He lied about being an actor. And then like the last person in the audition, because you have to like go up the ranks. He was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't do this. I'm not an actor." And the person was like, "Ooh, hey-oh, just making out happening." They're
Oh, that's the sister, right?
I don't know. This movie's dumb.
Why am I here?
This is what the 70s was like. Anyway, back to talking about James Bond. So then they got Sean Connery back, and he was like, "I really don't want to do this," but they got him back for a couple movies or a movie or something, and then they replaced him with Roger Moore. And then in the 80s, this other guy, I forget his name, he had written a book with Ian Fleming, who wrote the original James Bond novels, or he had written a screenplay for a movie before any of these other movies came out. And then that didn't happen, so Ian Fleming took the thing and made a book out of it, but didn't give that guy credit.
Nice.
Or something. So then when they made the movie of that book, Thunderball, I think it was the 4th movie they made, that guy was like, "What the fuck?" So then the producer was like, "Okay, here's what we'll do. You can be an executive producer on this movie, or whatever, and we'll give you the rights after 10 years to make another one of like this story. Like you have the rights to this story." And their thought process was, if we just make him a producer now and let him make the movie, he won't ever make a movie again. But he fucking did. So he made this out of canon James Bond movie.
Oh, great.
With like fucking 50 or 60-year-old Sean Connery as James Bond. He's super old. And it's not canonical. It's not in any collection you can buy. It's horrible because, like, he has the rights to that story. So it's just Thunderball, but 20 years later, and everybody's super old. But it's the exact same story.
That's kind of awesome.
And he made it, and it came out, and it was like, "Oh, Sean Connery's back as James Bond." So it made some money. And they're like, "Oh, fuck. Well, he made the movie, whatever." He was gonna do it again. But then he died. But he almost made the same movie 3 times. Can you imagine fucking 80-year-old Sean Connery as James Bond?
Isn't that what they did with Indiana Jones?
Yeah, but we don't talk about that. Those are bad movies.
Hey, he's still hot.
Boobies. Have you seen Terminator?
Why would I have seen Terminator?
Just like a good movie.
I told you I've seen The Punisher and iRobot.
You should watch Terminator.
That counts.
It's basically like this, but it's a good movie. It's very similar.
That cannot be accurate.
It is. It's like
it's
an unstoppable dude trying to kill this young woman. That's what it is. And they're like chasing each other. Well, I guess he's more doing the chasing. She's not really chasing anybody. She's chasing love. Not so much in this. I wonder how much that's gonna get picked up on the mic.
Oh.
Hey, so he hasn't spoken, doesn't know how to talk. So he's like 25 now?
Don't you think we could refer to
Is he hot?
I don't think you ever see his face. Oh yeah, there he goes. This nurse, or whatever she is the biggest fucking idiot on the planet. What are you doing? I'm just about to run this guy over. Why would you roll down your window?
She needs some fresh air.
So she heard a dude walking on her roof of the car. So she rolled down the window. Yeah, you can't do that. You could actually see like a little fucking circle or whatever on his hand where they put like a thing to break the window and they covered it in shitty makeup.
Why are you such a hater? You're trying to make a career out of being a hater.
No, it's fine. I do this for movies that I like too. Like in Terminator when they do the fucking puppet where he's cutting out his eyeball. It looks like shit. Also, they said that this dude he's been in the asylum for 15 years. He went in when he was like 10, right? How does he know how to drive a car?
That's fair.
Like a kid today wouldn't know how to drive a car, and that's an automatic. That was a standard. There's no way you would just peel out. Like you do that thing when you first start driving a standard, you're like,
yeah.
See, she's in high school. All these people are in their late 20s. I listened to an Australian podcast, and one of them has said multiple times over the years, he's like, I thought American kids were just bigger. Because they all only got American TV shows, and it was like Smallville, where they're all 25. They're all shaving and shit. Like, oh, she's shoving stuff in her mouth. Oh yeah, look, there he is. She does not look 17. I remember what people looked like when I was 17, and it did not look like that.
So, who is she supposed to be? She just happened to walk by the house and you saw her?
She's just a fucking random person.
Ma'am? Answer the question.
Costain wrote that fate was somehow related only to religion.
Yeah, he did.
Whereas Samuels felt that, well, fate was like
You said I had to wear this so I could hear the movie, and I still can't hear the movie.
You can kind of hear it. You don't wanna overdo, your talking. Oh, you got it in the car and drove away.
You don't need to turn it up. I'm good.
I'm turning it up. You complained it's going up.
Anyway.
So I spent the money on that cable, so we're getting it. I think all those children are in their 20s too. If a man did that to me, I'd fucking shit my pants. Like just a normal person. If a man in a William Shatner mask did that to me, I'd probably just die. She has a globe in her bedroom. Who did the set design for this?
She's smart.
Yeah,
Look,
I have my space books. I don't have a globe.
You're not smart.
Who is this?
I am younger than her, I guess, at 23 instead of 27. She has a phone in her bedroom, though. Didn't it take a really long time to redial phones back then?
Thought it was an obscene phone.
Didn't it?
I think so.
Because she set it down and it immediately started ringing again.
I already lost it.
Listen, my mother's letting me use her car. I'll pick you up. 6:30.
Your mom has to let you use the car? Shouldn't you have a car at 26?
They're 17.
That bed's way too... Like, look at that bed for a grown-ass person.
That is
She
pretty
can't
sorry.
fit on the bed.
That's pretty sorry. Wow.
Just laying
Wow.
on top of her books like a dumbass. It's very clearly the middle of the day. Like, there's no shadows. It's just the middle of the day. And then they're gonna get in the car. They're gonna drive away. And it's gonna be like midnight.
Hurry up!
Are they fucking going to babysit 2 hours away? Look, it's fucking 8 p.m. now.
What are you gonna wear to the dance tomorrow?
You're gonna make me watch more movies that are this bad?
I don't know. I haven't seen them. I assume there's more boobs than the other ones. Yep. Yeah. See, they're like babysitting 4 hours away. They're in a different state.
It is Halloween. Maybe their parents are like going to a party or something. You don't know.
So they sat like what?
Maybe it's somebody's like cousin or something. You don't know.
She's carrying the pumpkin. Man, look at that wallpaper. Is this where the naked chick was?
Was that his sister?
I think so. It'd be kind of weird if you walked into a random house.
I mean,
With
this
a
whole
naked
movie
woman who
is
was there
very,
alone.
very stupid. So I wouldn't be surprised.
I feel like that wasn't the first thing that he did. I feel like he probably killed some squirrels and stuff.
Standing on the lawn.
I feel like there were signs that his parents ignored. Gonna shoot a rock? What was that? Somebody threw a baseball?
You must think me.
He's got a permit. Hold on. It's the first thing I would ask if a
Seems to me you're just plain scared.
psychologist did that.
Yeah, I am.
I don't think my reaction would have been to pull a gun out.
I was told there was nothing left. No reason.
Why are people throwing stuff at this? Why wouldn't you go look out the window to see what was going on out there?
No, I think that thing fell. I'm like, there's like a gutter or something. I think it fell and hit the window.
I thought somebody threw a baseball.
I'm not afraid. Bull. I'm
Oh,
not.
look at this kid. This is my favorite part of the movie, is when this old creepy guy scares these kids for no reason.
Well, it's not for
Wow,
no
you
reason.
can see him thinking.
It's not for no reason, right?
He's formulating a plan.
This is Michael's house, isn't it?
Yeah. But instead of...
Hey, Lonnie, get your ass away from there.
This is... Like, it's... And I was happy. Like, instead of just being like, hey, I'm a fucking doctor, get the fuck out of here. This is a crime scene.
I'm sorry. What
He's
would you
like-
do? Because that's what I would
He's just
do.
like fucking creeping in the bushes. It's
no
like, hey, kids.
joke. No joke. That's what I would do. For real, that's what I would do.
Parking.
Yes, I'm into this. I like this roleplay. I like how they couldn't even pull the door with a string, so it was extra creepy. You can clearly see him pushing the door open. So I'm not a woman, if that wasn't obvious. If you had just fucked a guy, who, and then he went to go get you beer, and then he came back in a sheet with where'd you get the sheet?
Without a beer.
What's the matter? Can I get your ghost, Bob?
Would this be your reaction?
No.
Well, I guess she is drunk and probably high.
All right, come on. Where's my
Yeah, she
beer?
looks tweaked right out.
This is not how I would handle this situation.
Okay,
That's something that really bothers me in movies, especially from this era, is when people don't act like real
I
people.
want to know where Paul and Annie are. This is going nowhere.
Like, nobody's acting like a person would. And at least in a lot of other movies, like Spider-Man 2 is like that too. All of the Spider-Man movies.
Which one?
The Tobey Maguire.
Hey.
Hello?
Where it's like,
All
lot
right,
of-
then. First I get your famous chewing, now I get your famous squealing. Annie, are you alright?
But a lot of the stuff in those movies could be solved if the characters all had like a 20-second conversation.
Right. I guess that's
You
true.
fooling around again?
But at least those movies have other stuff in
I'll
them that
tell
is
you if this
good.
a joke.
Like, the acting in those movies is good for the most part. So this guy picked a full-grown man up. That guy was pretty big too. and held him against the wall with one hand, off the ground, by like 6 inches. And now you're gonna watch. You saw how flimsy those doors were. You're gonna watch this man struggle to open this.
No.
Watch this. You can see it flexing when he touches
Literally.
it. It almost opened right there. How many takes do you think they had to do because the door kept actually opening?
It's very believable.
It's actually, that's not even him, that's just the wind.
Right?
No, yeah, look at him go.
Look at him just like flying down.
No, you turn on the light. That's scary, yeah. I would have gotten this ready beforehand.
Seriously, like what are you just in there waiting for him to find you?
Hey, what's up?
I'm like, why didn't you bring the knife that you had in your hand when you were
Do you
looking
know
at
how
it?
hard it is to straighten a coat hanger? Yeah, I got him in the eye. He's definitely dead now.
Grab
Oh,
the
she left the
knife.
knife so that he could pick it. That is a pretty big knife, to be fair. So he's been stabbed in the neck with a knitting needle. He got stabbed in the eye with a clothes hanger.
Stabbed in the face with
He
a
got
knife?
stabbed in the face, neck, or upper torso with a big-ass knife. By a grown
Go
woman.
stab him in the chest.
By a grown woman.
There's like
That's
no
how you hold a
blood.
knife. Rule number 1 of a serial killer in your house that you stab and think you killed.
Double tap.
You look at him, and you pick up the phone,
And you call.
and you call the police.
Alright, like how long is she just gonna leave a dead body there?
She's trying to hug him? Look at that. Hold on. Wait for it. They never really explain the mask. Like why he wears it. He's obviously not trying to. So he's been shot once, twice, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times.
Falls out of a window.
He somehow got up onto that balcony and fell off of, like there was a ramp or something. He fell off of that 2nd floor window onto his back.
And what, he's not gonna be down there when they get down there?
Oh no, he's gonna be gone. And he got up and ran away. That's my issue.
That was
So yeah, that was
so
Halloween.
bad.
We watched it. So you don't have to. And you
Don't.
shouldn't, because it's not a good movie.
No, oh my gosh.
You should watch The Terminator instead, which is a much better movie. But yeah. Hasta luego, everybody.